Okay, hi everybody. Today is the qigong theory class. Okay, Jasmine. It's not a Buddhism study class. Okay, it's a qigong theory class, and we noticed that in Hindu, in the yoga tradition, they already know about the qigong, the correspondence qigong. But in yogaism, they call it as kriya kundalini. This is one established sect, and which is quite common in India, the way I said it, because they do conduct a massive of practicing about thousands people in one big hall. You see, so meaning to say that it's nothing to scare about. And of course, some will produce an awkward gesture, but some with a very good posture, especially involve the yoga and also the pranayama. So now we will go through the article, how far we can achieve from the view of the Indian yogaism tradition. Okay, they call it as Kundalini yoga. So Kundalini yoga meaning to say that why they call it as Kundalini yoga? Because according to them, whatever gesture or movement, whatever asana and pranayama occur to you is due to the force of the prana, which they call it Kundalini, which was awakening, which was awakened from the Muladhara chakra, and it is already crawling to the crown chakra. And between the process, the asanas and the pranayama will be taking place automatically without the learning. So that is we call it kriya kundalini. So today, actually, I think maybe this is a fourth or fifth lesson. Am I right, Sadie? Fourth or fifth lesson already. All right. Okay. So now we just keep on. How to say the intermediate emission doesn't matter. Jasmine, I think you can adapt well, and you may follow up. Okay, let's take a look. Now we are in this set of notes. It's a siddha yoga, 3 methods of awakening, Shaktipat meditation, and self-awakening. We are in this new set of notes. Sally, am I right? Am I right? Are we supposed to in the new set of notes? Am I right, Sally? Correct, Okay, So now we will go through this. So we will see how is the stages in this part. Okay, Okay, so Jasmine, please, can you please write it out?
On the path of siddha yoga. First one, spiritual practice, or second, spiritual transfer of energy, Shaktipat, grace of the master or guru. Third, self-awakening. The important difference between siddha yoga or kundalini yoga and other yoga paths is that while followers of other approaches have to make strenuous effort under careful direction of appropriate gurus in order to achieve self-realization, followers of siddha yoga, once initiated, do not need to undertake such arduous effort. That does not mean the effort stops. In fact, this is the point where the true spiritual progress of the sadhak yogi starts. This is considered as the second birth on the path of siddha yoga. The ultimate realization, the divine awareness or nibbana or mukti or moksha or salvation or the bliss, Sachi Ananda, Chaitanya, supreme awareness, supreme consciousness, or super soul, comes only after consistent efforts, meditation, nam, siva, and following of Yan yoga over several decades. I would say more than one life for an average sadhak devotee. The only difference is the kundalini on the path of siddha yoga will take care of cleaning of the subtle body of the sadhak yogi, which otherwise requires tremendous amount of efforts in all other paths. Therefore, kundalini in siddha yoga should be considered as a tool, say in airplane, to attain the ultimate goal, the destination, the divine awareness of the divine awareness or the bliss. The bottom line, Kundalini awakening is a starting point of the process that culminates into self-realization, nirvana or mukti after consistent efforts of several lives. In absence of consistent and sincere efforts, primarily the meditation, the Kundalini of the Siddha yogi would go back to the dormant state. Fortunately, the awakening of the next time can be easier.
Okay, thank you so much. We try to digest. Yes.
I think the notes not the same.
Not the same.
Yeah, because our last lesson, we were using the notes experiences of Siddha Yoga and the 4 stages of Siddha Yoga.
Oh yeah, should be this one, right?
Not. Yeah, that's why I was moving.
Yes.
I got the.
Yeah. Supposed to be this one, but Sally said yes. So I just started with a new notes. Yeah, embarrassing, Sally. Okay. Never mind. Okay, so we please come back to this set of notes. Sorry. Yeah, it's supposed to be this. Yes, experience of the Siddha Yogi and the 4 stages of Siddha Yoga. Okay, so let me try to recap. We got the 4 stages we are going to go through. In the previous lesson, it's about the Siddha Yoga Kundalini initiations. Okay, the sadhaka is initiated into the Siddha Yoga. All right. So the initiates a dormant Kundalini Shakti is awakened by the Siddha Guru during the initiation. So meaning to say that for that tradition, the Guru will play roles to awaken the Kundalini Shakti. But in our tradition, no, as long as you empty your mind, then you are able to do everything by yourself. But of course, I will help to stimulate your energy, all right? So that's the difference. Experiences themselves are not the divine or the realization of the divine, and the divine experience should be ignored by the sadhaka. And it will be guided automatically by its own awakened Kundalini energy. See, Kundalini is an intelligent cosmic energy that knows about the Siddha Yoga Sadhaka more than the Sadhaka. This is true. So far, all the beginners realize that they are healing mainly focused on the past wounds and where the wounds, the wounds which they have already forgotten because for many years, but their energy is so smart to recall them and heal their wounds. All right. For the Kundalini to eventually find its way to the Sahasrara Chakra. Okay, so remember we mentioned one word which is a moksha. Okay, the words also is this word is also common and borrowed by Buddhism. I don't know whether Buddhism borrow from them or they borrow from Buddhism. Moksha means the liberation. initial stage of the Siddha Yoga. Okay, he said Arambha Avastha of a Siddha Yoga means the beginning state. Okay, the yoga asanas physical posture, there will be abandha and pranayama. Remember, I show you everything. How is the asanas mean? How does the pranayama works? Or this. Okay, then there will be some illustrative experience. Okay, so first there will be dropping at the base of the spine. All right, and you will reach some ecstasy. Then secondly, you have a feeling of loss of the body, like a trance-like state. Okay, like possessed, like for being possessed, and you will perform all the asanas, bandhas, and pranayamas automatically. Then you are able to see the divine vision, sound, taste, touch. All right, but not everybody. Inside getting attracted, then you will experience breathing stop and feel the bliss. Okay, and the body will start to shake as soon as the initial site for the meditation, and there will be some happiness. And the joy is like for being drunk, like being drunk on the divinity. Okay, let's take a look. So we stopped here, right, in the previous lesson. Am I right? Okay, Elena? Okay. So now we go to the next, each experience. Elena, please. No more asking from Sari some more. Okay. Okay. So Elena, each experience.
For experience to dwell on what experiences they are having and which ones they aren't, and being concerned that they are not making appropriate progress if they are not experiencing all the ones they have read about or have read or have heard their co-experience talk about. This is a very counterproductive exercise because it is not at all necessary for an initiate to get all or any of the experiences stated above. These experiences are not ends in themselves, but are only the means to achieve the specific type of spiritual purification needed by each experience at this stage. The sole purpose of the divine experiences is cleaning of physical bodies, stula sharira, and subtle body, linga sharira, and cleaning of past karma impression, sanchita karma, from the casual body, karan shahira. Therefore, all experiences will entirely depend on the spiritual status. Combination of sanchita karma, samskaras, and trigunas of the skandha, sattvaga. That also means if Sattva's spiritual body is relatively clean or too clogged, he will have less experiences than others. Therefore, the initiate experiences only those activities, feelings, sensations that are uniquely essential to his spiritual progress, and they are different for each Sattvaga. Focusing on that experience themselves will only lead to enhancing one's ego or to an unnecessary feeling of despair, both of which will distract from making further spiritual progress. It is important at this stage to be aware of what one is experiencing, enjoy those experiences that are pleasant or peaceful, but not dwell too much on the experiences. Rest assured that if the experience is diligent in sitting for sattva regularly, the awakened Kundalini Shakti will be doing her job of spiritual purification with great diligence. When Kundalini Shakti moves freely and regularly throughout the sattva body, and he begins to feel its divine presence in him, the Kundalini Shakti will have helped him achieve the results of the initial stage, Arambha Avastha.
Thank you so much. We try to digest this first. Elena, thumb up if you finish. Okay. Well, this is about the first stage of the awakening of the Kundalini. So class, whatever we discussed just now, maybe we say whatever Elena read just now is about a unique experience for individual. But sometimes people, they will be over ego or they will be dismayed through their own, through the development of the Kriya. Once a group of people, they all practice together. Some people, they tense without movement, and some people move a lot. Okay, well, it depends on how clear of your karma, or it is overclocked, or it is too clean for to develop any movement. But it does happen that once the practitioner, he saw everybody is moving, and he expect he should have some movement, but they end up no movement, he will be got disappointed. But actually, he doesn't realize that since you meditate previously very well, meaning to say that a lot of karma have been cleansed and a lot of meriting have been unclear. It's not necessary to have any movement, but they don't understand. The way we see her, I think Sally is a good example. Since Sally meditated quite well, so when he shift to the Kriya Kundalini, she doesn't move much, right, Sally? You don't move much. Most of the time, you just stand still. That's all. Okay. So that is what is happening here. I think maybe as a teacher, we just guide them, we just console them. It will work. But not everybody. Some they will insist that there should be some movement. Okay. This is the first point. Second point, the movement itself is not achievement. So I think the author have a quite good right view. He said, don't overindulge in your movement. The movement itself is not the achievement. And even though the joy itself is not the achievement, so it will just go through. Just everything let it go through naturally. So this is, this is all about to this paragraph. So let me check, see anything I omit. Yeah, Sally, you look distracting. Anything wrong with you? Do you look distracting? No. Okay. So let's take a look. Now you see, if according to our textbook, there will be involved a lot of movement, and it should be happen according to the stages. But I think this is good that it's not necessary for you to experience all the movement. Basically, usually, if according to our textbook, in the beginning, you should move. Maybe you have to be far back and front. If it happens to you, you put up your hand now. Back and front. Happen to you? Okay. 2 people, 3 people. Second, the movement is like this. Happen to you? Second movement. Okay, happen to you. Okay. Third movement, surrounding. Happen to you? Okay. So it doesn't happen to Jasmine, you see. Third movement. Then the fourth movement, start the hand. Happen to you? The hand. Okay, Sally, Jasmine, but Elena without, happen to you. Okay, and then how about the leg? Walk front, walk back, walk round. Happen to you? You see, it doesn't happen to you, you see. It doesn't happen to you. Okay. So after these stages, you should be rotating like a gassing. Happen to you? It doesn't happen to all of you, you see. It doesn't happen now, but it happens most of the student happens to them. So after rotating, how about the mudra, hand side? You see, it doesn't happen to you. Jasmine also doesn't happen to you. How about the yoga posture? Yoga, okay, Jasmine, but both of you doesn't take place. How about the Tai Chi? Tai Chi? No, okay. How about the dancing? Dancing? No, also, you see. So it seems that everybody will differently. Okay, so after you go through all this, okay, you start possess the healing power. Okay, anyone have healing power now? No, not that obvious. Okay, Sally got healing power. You see, she got only, but 2 of you doesn't doesn't see any healing power. All right. And then finally, you will just sit still, okay, and with the nimitta appeared. Okay, happens to steady, right? Emptying the mind. What's the difference between the nimitta in emptying the mind and also the anapanasati? Can you explain a little bit the difference, Sally? The nimitta for emptying the mind and the nimitta with the anapanasati. What is the difference? The quality? Open on the mind, please, when you speak. Okay, on for you already.
Cannot find the mic also. When you do anapanasati, the nimitta is brighter.
How about emptying the
Emptying the mind is not so bright, but still okay.
Still okay, meaning to say a little bit difference only lah, but you feel anapanasati brighter. So meaning to say the samadhi is more sharp. Samadhi is strong for that. Okay, that's the only difference. Am I right? That's the only difference only. Okay, meaning to say that once you go to the end for both of the method, okay, the anapanasati should be stronger than emptying the mind, right? Okay, but when you want to talk about healing the body, which one is strongest? Healing body.
Healing body is the emptying the mind.
So you see, so meaning to say that if you learn two methods, you can get each of their advantages. See it. Okay. So Sally, how about the nimitta during chanting the mantra? What's the difference? The nimitta chanting the mantra between anapanasati and also emptying the mind?
Actually, chanting, I don't see any nimitta.
So basically, meaning to say that chanting is, is the more gross method. So it doesn't achieve any nimitta. Am I right? But anyway, I think chanting sometimes can build up the confidence, because when you chant a mantra, it relates to the bodhisattva, it relates to the Buddha name. I think it builds some confidence, and it is not that boring for the beginner, right? Because the method, a lot of sound, maybe you have to bow, maybe you have to listen, ting ting tong tong. You see, you're not that boring for the beginner, very suitable to a beginner, you see. Not everybody can just sit down, empty the mind, then go to nimitta. Not everybody. So see or not. Okay. Well, anyway, I think what the observation of Sally is quite right. But sometimes the person who chant the mantra, the nimitta does appear, but maybe at the level is quite same with the emptying mind only. The reason is sound is involved. Once the sound is involved, meaning to say that you are using your ear faculty. Okay, once you use the ear faculty, meaning to say that you cannot go deeper. Okay, it can go deeper once the nimitta, once the object from ear change to our mind as a nimitta. But due to the method is too gross, it couldn't go further like an anapanasati. But once we talk about the healing power, okay, Sally, okay, if let's say mantra mixed with emptying mind, either mantra mixed with the emptying mind or mantra mixed with anapanasati, which one have a strongest healing power, the way you see?
So why is the mantra with the emptying mind?
See or not? I think, well, Sally, your observation is right. It's quite same with me. See or not? Meaning to say that if you want to heal somebody or heal yourself, you should empty the mind with the mantra power. Because this is their tendency, because mantra also relates to the bodhisattva and maybe some power of external force. It can blend together and achieve the healing power. But whereas if you want to go to the samadhi, it should be anapanasati. Okay, so Sally, it is nice. You try all the method, you can see the difference. And then for you, meaning to say that different mantra and different Buddha name, they will have a different value and different features. Okay, because why? Because you already have the power of samadhi, you are able to see the difference. For those who haven't attained any power of samadhi, for them all the mantra is the same only, all the method is the same only, because they cannot concentrate. You know what I mean? Everything is the same for you. It is not it is not that powerful because you cannot concentrate well. But once you can concentrate well with one method, then you will understand, you to see the difference between all the methods. See or not? So in a simple way that you should attain the samadhi through one method first. When you're successful in one method, then the rest of the method you can see the difference. If one method you cannot success, you shift to another mantra, shift to the emptying mind, shift to the anapanasati, then shift to the Buddha name. You end up you still not success, and then you can't see any different. All for you is the same. Okay, get the point? That's the thing. Okay, Cindy, again one more question. How about different with the chanting the sutra by flip, and just mantra itself? You found that which one is more focusing?
Of course, just focusing on the mantra itself.
So you notice that if let's say too much organ involved, like a body, flip the bowl, then you have to see the words, I faculty involved. The more organ you involve, the more gross the method. Am I right?
Yeah.
See or not? Okay. So Elena, you have to understand this. Maybe one day, I mean in Mahayana, we are quite lacking of this type of knowledge. You know this or not? In Mahayana, basically all is merit-based. They practice based on merit only. So we chant this greater merit, or chant this greater merit. This is our tendency. We lack of this type of knowledge. So Elena, maybe if possible, you can just, you can teach the people around you. You help them for upgrading. Okay, you get? Okay, well, she seems declining. she show disagreement. Okay, so Sally, since you can understand, you have the obligation to share to the people already. You can see all the differences, see, to upgrade them, so that the Mahayanis will not indulging in the merit-based method only. Okay.
But they are practicing longer than me. How to change it? Cannot change it.
No, you can advise to the beginners. You advise to the beginners. Since you are senior here, so you can advise to the beginner. Because I'm not the one who always have an opportunity to talk to them privately, especially with all these type of things. You see, sometimes once you go have a dine out, I have a cup of tea. You start to talk about this. I go to Fo Guangshan, chant this, I chant that. Then there's an opportunity for you to share it out. Okay. Well, this is a very good. Okay, let's take a look. Now we go further deeper. Okay, the sole purpose of the divine experience is the cleaning only, cleaning all the karma. You see, past karma, subtle body, and also the physical body. Okay, we can see it obviously with a different motion. It shows that the meridian, the subtle body, have been cleaned. Okay, and then let's take a look. You say, if Sadaga's spiritual body is relatively clean or too clogged, so they will experience otherwise. Okay, beside clean and clogged will experience otherwise, your wound will cause you experience otherwise also. So just now, I remember Jasmine mentioned that it occurs differently if you compare both of them. It's due to your wound. Remember, you got wound already. Am I right? Jasmine, you got wound, right? On the mic. On the mic.
May I know what is the meaning of having wound, like sickness?
For example, okay, let's say, okay, your vertebra, you wound in your vertebra. Maybe you begin with hunchback first.
Different.
With the bending first. You don't begin with move front and back, side to side. It doesn't happen. Immediately you start to bending like that already. The wound also will cause the different thing happen. Get it? So sometimes once the beginners start, I know whether the guy got wounded or not. Immediately I know already. Usually come with a very serious one. Okay. But if let's say person in the first practice they start laughing or crying or must be something wrong mentally already. Then there must be some drama inside their heart, the bottom of their heart, and just release. Okay. So it can happen like that. Okay, but basically we have already filtered out the schizophrenia, the depression, and also the trance. So meaning to say that they are the normal. We can conclude in this way. But if we without filtering, we don't know whether it's persistent or they got some schizophrenia. So be careful. We must filter out these three groups of the people. Next, let's take a look. Okay, you see how they are unique, okay, and they are different from each sadhaka. So focusing on the experience themselves will only lead to enhancing one's ego. I think that is right. Or it will make you more despair. And sometimes it's quite hard for me. You see, when I put everybody together practice, some there in the first, second lesson that start, he's standing already, you see. Oh, but you practice for quite a long time, you just swing like that. Maybe you feel complex. How come the first lesson he's standing, or I just swing like this only for many hours. Am I right? That will cause inferiority, you see. But people have to understand you are unique. So I mean, during the group interview, it's time to educate people. Don't compare. You have your own problem. Okay. And then some people also maybe with ego. In the first lesson, they start his standing already, and they can last for 1 hour he's standing. Yeah, sometimes we will create ego also. As a teacher, we will remind them. This is our job and duty to remind people. Don't over ego. Okay. And some also they spend very long time, never see a single light, a single ray of light they don't see. But some first lesson they say, oh, I saw the Nimitta already. You see, so much different. You see. Okay, next let's take a look. So not too much dwell. Okay. The author is having a right attitude for guiding the meditation. The way I see the author. The awakened Kundalini Shakti will be doing her job of spiritual purification with a great diligence. Yes, as long as you let it do, it will just happen with a great diligence. Okay, now recently we got a big group of people joining our Friday and also the Sunday class. Especially Friday class is about 20 people. I mean, online already. Well, yes, some they perform quite well. Immediately, for a few lesson, they have the power and they can heal people. Okay, you can see very obvious. Okay, and basically the one who worked so hard is the one who got some disease one. If let's say you are too healthy, but once you're too healthy, you'll be lazy, and you won't. You lack of enthusiasm. To practice regularly. I remember Sally in the beginning also practice regularly due to the psoriasis, right? She worked so hard, okay. Even though finally it is partially wound only, it partially heal only. You have to depend on other methods to make it completely heal. But you see, meaning to say that if you are too healthy, it's not a good sign for you. It's not a good sign for you. Okay. Okay, next, let's take a look. Okay, the Kundalini Shakti will have helped him achieve the result of the initial stage. Now we go to the second stage. Okay, Sally, please. In this second stage.
Second stage of Siddha Yoga. In this second stage of Siddha Yoga, which usually overlaps the first, the aspirant gradually begins to lose interest in material desires and begins to develop a sense of detachment from worldly attraction. This does not mean that he has to or will give up on material things, samsaric. He may continue to live in a material world if he so chooses, but he will begin to develop a sense of non-attachment to material things. As his sense of non-attachment to material world begins to develop, the aspirant will gradually find himself becoming more and more immersed in the divine energy, Kundalini. He will begin to observe the presence of divine everything he sees with his eyes. He will feel prana in everything he touches with his skin. He will get a whiff of prana in everything he smells with his nose. He will sense prana in everything he tastes with his tongue. And he will hear the sound of prana in everything he hears with his ears. In other words, he will begin to sense the entire material universe as manifestations of prajna sakti. While the first stage results in the aspirant feeling prajna within himself, the second stage leads to the aspirant to sense prajna in everything. It is at this stage that he truly experiences all prevailing universalities of the divine.
Okay, thank you so much. I will digest first.
Sifu,
Yes.
I have an urgent meeting at work. Can I exit from this class first?
Yes, sure. Okay.
So
Please
sorry
help
for
us.
that. So sorry for that.
You can listen to the recording. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Sifu.
Okay. Okay. You just sign out. Okay. Mr. Leo, are you there? Answer me, please. Shalom Wi-Fi is quite bad today. Move up a little bit.
Go. Yeah, see. Thank you.
Sally finished?
No, wait. One more minute. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Leong, the line is worse than Mr. Leong is worse than freezing now. It totally disappeared already. You see, Mr. Leong, they are worse than freezing now. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, basically the second stage they will be overlap with the first stage. Okay, and here they say, according to the text, it mentioned that once you go to the second stage, you start feel the detachment to the material world. Sally, can you recall that at that time, in the beginning of practices, qigong and the samadhi, do you feel the detachment to the world? Obviously, compared previous. If you
Sorry?
compare, I mean, do you feel the detachment to the material world? Compare, I mean, if you compare the life before the practice, quite obvious. Can you describe further a little bit, because you show the tendency? I noticed that.
A lot of things I feel that it's not necessary. I don't want this already.
Even though
Not
the job,
important.
right? You want to sack your boss already, huh? Even though the boss wants to sack already, am I right?
Not important. Not important already.
Yeah, but I think sadly you are in the suitable time, because you are about to retire, huh? Once you come here, am I right? But if let's say you are like a Jasmine, huh? We have to be careful, because if you feel detachment, at her age, it might not be right already. It might not be right.
Correct.
So sometimes when the people come, I have to observe, but it doesn't happen to everybody. It doesn't happen. Some they just partial. Maybe in the beginning you feel the detachment, but later on it drop, it fall back already. I mean, it will retrogress, because because not everybody can really spend time on this type of practice. So maybe once a while the practice, 1 week, once only. So the feeling for detachment won't be last long. But you are different, because you're in the right time, huh? So you can experience everything, and the way I see you manifest quite obvious. Okay. So how about Elena? Is this obvious for you to feel the detachment? On the mind once you speak. Okay, let me on for you. You can speak now.
I kind of like I more emphasize on what I said earlier, wants and need.
Yeah.
Need it, I'll just get it. Just like, do I really need it, or do I just want it? You see, so the emphasis is more towards that.
You mean before the practice, you just buy whatever you want, or you don't want, you just buy it, like you mean?
Yeah.
That's the difference.
I can. At times I can just, crazy, and I buy and then keep for no reason.
Yeah, that's
it happened. It happened.
Yeah, you just buy wherever you need, but you don't buy wherever you want.
Yes, correct.
Meaning to say the urge is being controlled. We don't follow the urge anymore. Everything we have, the samadhi power can make to guide us to do the decision. Well, this is a very good experience. So be careful. If let's say, we have to depend on the age. If let's say you are still in the age to fight for the job, to fight for the better career performance, maybe they should stop once they find that the temper is being controlled. I think they should stop. They shouldn't go further. If let's say the motivation already disappeared after the practice, it might be bad for the young people. Okay, maybe middle age also, because some people still in the general manager level, in the middle age, they still need go to further to CEO, something like that. So we have to be careful. Here got sometimes the general manager or CEO or post people will join my class, so I have to be careful. So until to a certain stage, they have to stop. And also, if let's say the kids is still very young, need their love, they shouldn't be detached to the kids and their wife. So all this, you see, are not easy for being a teacher. You see, you have to be really guided properly. If you wrongly guide them, then you mislead people. The people will blame for you. You see. Okay, next, let's take a look. Okay, continue to live material world if you choose so. Okay, they will be more and more immersed in the divine energy, and you will be observed the presence of the divine in everything you see, touch, smell, taste, and hear. Sari, does it happen to you? I think your qigong mixed together with your meditation, you found that you see, smell, touch is all is the energy, or you are living within the samadhi. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Elena, it doesn't, right? For you, how about you?
I'm more towards smell.
What does it mean, smell?
Because I'm more sensitive to the smell. So when before I join meditation, I'm very sensitive. I smell a lot of things that I shouldn't smell.
The beings, the presence of the being. Oh,
But after I start meditation and all the classes and things like that, it tends to have lesson.
And you prefer it become less sensitivity.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like it? Why? Why you don't like it? You don't want for being sensitive.
No, I kind of like I prefer them put it this way. You cultivate your own, I cultivate my own. You don't come and disturb me.
Yeah, you
Because when I was much younger, I think because without all this knowledge, I think I was being disturbed by them, and I wasn't. I was always very weak and like lack of energy and things like that. So by now I understand they are the external friends lah, you see, but I don't know why. And during that I really don't know why. And now I understand them. So basically, I'll just tell myself, and I always say that you cultivate on your own, I cultivate on my own. Let's do it together, but don't come and disturb me.
Oh, I see. It seems that Elena, I think you will succumb to the external force, meaning to say that maybe you have some relationship with them in the past life. Because you see, you are strong. In the career, you are strong. With the human, you are strong. But with the being, you turn weak. You see or not? You see.
Yes.
Come over them. You see. But with the human, you are strong actually. So anyway, I think maybe the sensitivity. But of course, what you mentioned is different with the text. It is different. But the way I see the development of the spiritual make you less sensitive over, the lower class, the inferior class of the being. Some people they are maybe if shift to another way already, we don't know how. You might be sensitive to the upper class of the being, or like bodhisattva, whatever, we don't know how. Or maybe Nimita getting stronger, all this type of stuff. Well, this is a different with what the text mentioned, but it is. I remember that you always. This is more than dog nose already. The sensitivity is more than a dog nose, but sometimes the sensitivity you can turn it as a communication tools with the being. Basically, all the trance they must have been inborn and talented with this type of ability. Or how can they communicate with the beings, right? But since you do not opt for it, well, it's not necessary to develop this skill. You want to develop, right? You want to become a normal people. Yeah, because some they appear in front of you with a very scary face, a lot of blood or no head. I don't think people will enjoy it. Better would want to see it. Start all this ugly and awkward karma.
You will enjoy the smell.
But Elena, if you smell, the best smell, how about the good smell? God, both lah. Meaning to say that you're able to smell both from the bodhisattva, Dharma protector, and the being lah. Okay, well, anyway, Elena, I think you wouldn't lose your ability. I think one of the possibility is that your energy is getting stronger and more positive, and the being they can hardly too close to you. But I think your ability is still there. The way I see it is like that. If when bodhisattva come, you're still able to smell the good smell, meaning to say that two is still available for you. But it just you're getting stronger. They can't come too close to you. Then and they can attach to you to absorb energy from you. Then you do smell them. I think that's the case. The two is still.
I think so, because last time I used to be very scared, and I don't know what I'm scared of.
Without reason.
So that's why I said, after studying Buddhism and things like that, in a way mentally you are happier because you don't feel scared. Because all the while I'm not somebody who's very scared of things, you see, but somehow you will feel eerie inside you.
I think it's the energy. The energy. Once you boost up with the energy, then the gut come already. No more frightened with them, and they will get away from you. The more you frighten over them, the more they get closer to you, because you are then you cannot say you can associate with them with your frightening. They may associate with you by your frightening. See or not? Okay. So it's a good idea. So according to text, it mentioned that in the first stage, you will feel the prana inside you. But in the second stage, you will feel the prana in everywhere. Well, also it depends on individual. So Sally admitted that you don't feel it. So that is this is something not common for everybody. Okay. So let's check some more. So you see a class. This is quite additional thing. Remember, once we do the translation from the book, you see, he doesn't mention all this. So sometimes we need people with different experience to add it up. You see, even though I as a teacher, but I wouldn't experience everything. I need to collect information from the student and also read here and there. Then we can judge and give a good judgment to our student. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so next paragraph, Elena, please. It is important.
It is important for the aspirant to continue to practice meditation sadhana during the second stage. As the first two stages overlap to some extent, the aspirant may continue to experience during sadhana some of the kriyas described in the first stage. However, by this time, many of the physical experiences will have been diminished, and the aspirant will find himself sensing prana within and outside himself, not just during the sadhana, but at all times. The spiritual path for the Kundalini Sakti to find its way towards the Sahasrara Chakra spiritual center in the brain will have been opened and cleansed. As a result, we will be able to move freely along this path. This will result in the aspirant gaining control over the flow of prana within himself and achieving a certain stability of mind.
Okay, thank you so much. Thumb up, please, Sally, if you finish. Okay, thank you so much. Let's take a look. So for this paragraph, okay, according to this paragraph, it mentioned there will be overlap from stage 1 and stage 2. So meaning to say that you have to keep on practice the stage 2, and there will be some physical movement in the stage 2. And in the stage 2, the physical experience will be diminished, and you will sense more prana within and outside yourself. Well, the sensation of prana, so far, I don't see anybody experience within our group. Even though myself, I didn't sense according to the author, prajna within or the out external prajna. But I think the prajna which I sensed before. We will experience to internal prajna once the energy flow through the body. Okay, especially there will be some movement involved. Okay, I think Sally does experience before her. No. I remember her. I remember there's one lady. We call it Joelle. She's the one. She is the one who can sense the flow of energy within the meridian. I think that's the meaning of the prajna within the body. This is basically is an inborn talent. I strongly believe that the inventor of the Chinese acupuncture point and the meridian is the one who do the qigong or have a strong samadhi. Or how can I explain 4,000 years ago, Chinese, they know which one meridian and they know which one acupoint for the healing. How do they know? Am I right? It is not something you just by fabrication can create out, and you can't even see it through the dissection. There must be through the qigong. It happened to me that in the beginning, I will start to press the meridian. So sometime after the practice, I will go to check. Oh, it is through some particular meridian. I never studied the Chinese medicine before. I don't have the knowledge. Everything comes naturally. So there is some internal prajna, I feel. Well, external prajna, yes, but not all the time. It depends also. But once we go to the graveyard, we go to the hospital, and sometimes once we go to the holy site, we can discover the external. The external energy. Basically, everybody will have their spatial manifestation. Some people, they will tongue up once they feel energy. Some, their hand will start shaking, all right. Some have more ghosts, pimples, okay. It also depends on individual. Some, they just can feel the energy, but without the ability to differentiate good and bad energy. But some other can even differentiate more subtle. The different type of energy, they can go more deep. It very depends on individual. Okay. Basically, if you've got the nimitta appears, and in your mind door, it will appear a different color, and under some guidance, you will be able to differentiate what is the good or bad energy and the level of energy from the external power. So that is something it mentioned. Yes, Elena, anything? Yeah. I'm on the mic for you. Yeah. Okay. Please.
Sifu, how do you differentiate between good energy and bad energy?
Okay, basically, if let's say you feel the good energy, the sensation is good. You feel warm, you feel comfortable, and the bad energy comes, you feel uncomfortable, you feel you want to leave, you don't want to stay anymore, you want to vomit, and you will feel you totally gone energy, something like that. Good energy make you just still feel comfortable, you just want to stay longer. That's the difference. It's very direct. Okay.
Just like me last week, I think.
Yeah. If let's say if it appears like aura, meaning to say that usually the bad energy turns. It used to be black color, a very dark color. But if it's a good energy, it should be. The more bright purple color, more bright red color. From the color itself, you understand. Oh, this is a good energy. Yeah. What have you ever experienced, Elena?
Experience?
You mean
energy?
The bad energy, right?
No, I think my experience out of the blue, suddenly I just feel very weak. So I just need to go to sleep. I just don't want to do anything that kind. And then it's just like that. Say if I'm not feeling well on the day or things like that, you are going to get sick, roughly you know how you feel. But I was full of energy and things like that. Like last Sunday, when I attended the class, Saturday I was still full of energy, I hope tomorrow nothing happens. And then suddenly on Sunday's class, when I sit down, I'm still okay. But just after a while only, suddenly I just feel dead. I just feel, don't know why, I just feel that I'm so tired, so sleepy, and don't know what. It's not that I didn't sleep. I have enough hours of sleep. And then after the class, when we start the meditation, just after maybe about half an hour or so, you know, I just cannot even sit down meditation. I'm just like, I just want to lie down only, that's all.
Okay, Elena, if this thing happened to you, I suspect all your chakra closed down and all your 14 meridian is activated. Majority of well, sometimes it's without any reason. It does happen to me, Elena. Yeah, it does. Because I'm in temple, where got external power come to kacau me? No, but it just happened like that. Well, it is explainable. It's due to our past karma. In the our past life, we kill something. So once a while, I mean, this type of bad, healthy, will just comes together with us. Not everybody like that. So Elena, we can't do anything. We just lie down and we visualize the Buddha, medicine Buddha or the Amitabha, something like that. Make sure the mind is mindful. Don't go bad. Maybe just sometimes you will get better automatically without doing anything. Yeah, Elena, I know. Quite sure. Maybe all of your 14 meridians and all chakra all shut down, all immediately shut down. It's due to past killing karma. I do. So I understand. Okay. Okay. So Elena, you can further understand how it is it is interesting because with this type of experience, it provides us a special opportunity and experience to understand the 7 karma, 7 chakra, and also 14 meridian. People is so healthy, they won't go to understand this. So you should go further. So one day I will share with you all this because one meridian stuck is already enough to make you feel uncomfortable. What happened 14 meridian? One meridian you want to die already. 14 meridian all just inactivated. One chakra closed down, you want to die. Okay, basically like that, Elena. If let's say my meridian stuck, maybe a few stuck, I can't do the shoulder standing. I can see the difference. I can do whatever asanas with the qigong, but cannot just do it. Okay. But if let's say I force let's say I have a class, well, the best thing I do, even though all the chakra closed down, okay, or maybe if all the chakra closed down, basically you should massage the lymphatic point. By massage the lymphatic point, it will stimulate the energy and we will be activated. Okay. But if let's say all the meridian have been deactivated, well, the best way is we do some asanas. We will activate the Navy chakra. Remember we do the bridge. Remember we do the boot sitting. All this because our Navy chakra is the solar plexus where the energy storage there. Once you activate, the energy come out and release, and it will provide the energy to all the 14 meridian, then you will be normal. So Elena, I think the solution is because sometimes we're forced to do the work, even though it happened. So lymphatic massage point, in the future, I will tell you how to do. I will have a class lymphatic massage point is for 7 chakra, and the activation for the Navy chakra is for the 40 meridians. Okay, once you do it, you can recover faster. Or if it happened to the office, how can you explain to your boss? Your boss, they will understand when they say, why you'll be so lazy like that. We must be strong, know the method how to recover. Okay. So remember, massage of the lymphatic point and the Navy chakra activation. Okay, lastly, some more is okay. The spiritual power for Kundalini Shakti will find its way to a Sahasrara chakra, and we have a control over the flow of prana, and also we will achieve a certain stability of the mind. Okay, I think this is now we all experience. We feel quite stable in our mind. Okay, that is the class for today. Okay,